Hello, welcome back to another video diary entry by Connor Van Hickok. It's been an interesting week, you know? That's the moon behind me, by the way. The sun is starting to rise later, which is nice. I don't mind that at all. I actually quite enjoy it. And it's also finally starting to cool off, which is fantastic. Because then I can finally go outside more later and not be at risk of having a heat stroke or something like that. But yeah, this last week was interesting. Quite a lot happened. So let's talk about it. September 1st, last Monday, I watched 2 more episodes of Umamusume. I continued doing that over the course of the last week, whenever I could. I don't think I saw it, so I don't think I watched it on Friday. I don't think I had time to, or maybe I watched it at work. I forgot. Sorry, I'm still waking up, you know? Some days are just like that, I guess. I don't know. So Monday I didn't have school because it was a holiday, I think Labor Day. So I had a 3-day weekend. So that was really nice. I went on a 3-mile run on Monday. I think I mentioned that I was considering doing that when I was recording the video diary entry that day. I think I was considering that. I think I mentioned that. So I did go on that 3-mile run. It was great. Really tired though. And I decided to try and sprint on the last portion of my run. When I turned back onto the street where my house is on. Well, that connects to the really small street that my house is on. And I tried to sprint it. It's 0.2 miles. And I failed miserably. I only made it like about halfway sprinting before stopping. And yeah. You know what's funny is a cop car happened to turn onto my street via a connecting street, and he pulled up to me, pulled down his window and asked if I'm okay. I'm like, yep. And then he just asked, are you on a walk? And I'm like, yep. So that was interesting, you know. I also watched Thunderbolts with my dad and my brother on Monday. It was a really fun watch. I enjoyed that movie. Pretty good. And then I also reviewed for my math test a little bit and played some Omega Strikers on Monday. I haven't been feeling Omega Strikers that much lately. I don't know. I haven't been having that much fun with it lately. I'm probably going to take a little break from it, honestly. I don't know. I even played some Omega Striker yesterday and it's just like wasn't that fun. I don't know. I mean, one thing that's contributing to that is I'm just not improving at the game. I want to get better at Omega Strikers, but I'm just not seeing that. I don't know, man. It's weird. Like I really want to get better at the game, but it's not happening. I don't know what to do. It kind of sucks, I'm gonna be honest. Tuesday. Okay. Tuesday was a pretty bad day. I wrote like nearly an entire page of a journal entry. Like one side of a paper, not like an entire piece of paper type thing. Like just one side of a paper, full page. Not both sides of a paper, full page, one side. So I wrote a full page of a diary entry. And I was really exhausted. And I just said, I wrote some things here that probably aren't true. Oh my gosh, there's a bug on my phone. Hold on. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna hold my phone if ants are gonna get on there. But yeah, I wrote some pretty bad stuff on here, specifically about myself. And yeah, It was a pretty bad day. I was better the next day, you know. It was just like yes, Tuesday. I was really exhausted, super tired, and I just wanted it all. I just wanted the day to be over. I'll be honest. Yeah. Yeah. What did I talk about? I didn't have any homework on Tuesday, which contributed a lot. I was really happy with that. I mentioned that I have to study Wednesday and Thursday for my math test because it for some reason got moved to frickin' Friday because the teacher wasn't there on Tuesday. Great. I love it when the tests get moved back. I think I did good on it though. I think I did really good on it on Friday. Yeah. Sorry. I don't know what's happening. I'm not fully awake yet. I'll be honest. Yeah, again, I wrote here that I wish we did the test last Friday, but it got moved back by a whole week when we eventually did it. I also wrote here about how I feel about the fact. Oh, I'm gonna move back away from these ants, dude. I'm not scared of ants. That's one bug I'm not scared of. They're just annoying. Ants are just really annoying. And I talked here about tasks I haven't been able to do as much recently. And how, I wrote here about my struggle about being a perfectionist. Because, I do genuinely struggle with that. Like, I struggle with not... Because, like, I always expect myself to do, like, so much every day. Like, because, like, I told myself that I wouldn't do everything that I was doing for my summer routine, which I'm not, but I still feel like, man, like there's a possibility that I could be doing all this each day, when in reality it's like I can't, but at the same time I really feel like I could or I should. And I don't know, I just can't help being I really can't help the fact that I'm a perfectionist. I don't know, it's just like I always expect myself to do good on everything. I don't know why. And I always like try and do so much stuff, so much things each day. I don't know, man. What else? Okay, I think I'm just gonna read word for word what I wrote here and then just like go over it a little. People always tell me that I work too hard or I'm a try hard, but I genuinely can't help it. This is a hard subject for me to talk about. I've never told anyone about this. I have told. I think I've like mentioned it slightly sometimes. I do so fucking much all the time, and for what? Sorry for complaining, I'm just upset. I also frequently help others, and I do compliment others, and I often try to encourage and praise others, though I normally never receive the same. I wake up so early, but I also waste so much time. Maybe I should just stop playing video games altogether. I was like serious when I wrote that down. Like, I was genuinely considering, like, man, should I stop playing video games? But it's like, there's nothing wrong with playing video games. You know, it's just like a pastime for me to do. To, like, you know, have some fun. Like, yeah, there are things I should prioritize over video games, but that doesn't mean I should just never play them again, you know. I'm just really upset right now. I won't cry though. I don't cry that much. Yeah, some recent media has nearly made me cry, but that was out of joy, not despair. I was a strong word I chose. Despair? Yeah. I know asking for more praise and recognition is selfish, and I'm fucking sorry, okay? Yeah, I was really upset on Tuesday. I was super upset. It was insane how sad. I was just like, the day just was not good. Tuesday was not good. Don't worry though. I'm better now. I'm good. I am perfectly fine now. I'm good. It was just a really bad day, honestly. And sometimes we have bad days, you know. Whatever, I'll just feel better in the morning anyway. I did feel better in the morning. Okay. Oh, by the way, the new Umamusume chapter was good. Watched 2 more episodes of Umamusume and they were great. That's all for now. Yeah. So I still like, there were some parts of that day that were good. You know, I was still able to like spend some time watching anime, reading stuff I like, you know, just doing whatever. Okay, Wednesday. I even like mentioned in my diary on Wednesday how I was feeling very crappy yesterday and I didn't mean everything I said. I think. I don't think well, I did mean some things, but I don't think I didn't. Those things aren't necessarily true, you know. I did study. I studied for the. On Wednesday night, I studied for my stats quiz the next day, and I studied for and on Thursday I studied for my pre-calc test on Friday. I watched 2 more episodes of Umamusume. On Wednesday, it was still phenomenal. I was just having such a good. Umamusume, the best way to describe it, I think, is it's a really, really fun watch. It's so fun to watch. It's really enjoyable. That's the way I would describe it. All right, hold on. Let me flip the page. Wow, it's already been 11 minutes. All right, I'm just gonna. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna try and speed this up a little. If you don't mind. Well, I don't need to. If I want to. September 4th, last Thursday. I think I did good on my stats quiz. I think I got like an A on it, I think. I don't know, I forgot. It's been a minute since I checked that. I also studied for pre-calc. I watched 2 more episodes of Umamusume on Thursday. I'm nearly done with season 1. By the time it was Thursday, I was nearly done with season 1. I did finish season 1 on Saturday. Phenomenal. Episode 12 is technically where it ends, but episode 13 is an extra. But episode 12 and 13 were both amazing. I loved watching those. They were so good. And now I'm watching season 2. So yeah. Oh, okay. This was something I wanted to mention. So, back when Lackadaisy Pilot first dropped, all right, and I remember this. I saw it pop up in my feed on YouTube a couple times, but I didn't click on it. I didn't watch it because I didn't really care. I was just like, oh, you know, it's just some project. Like, I didn't care. That sounds crazy, I know, because I talk how much of a Lackadaisy fan I am. I didn't care. And then one day, I was bored. There was nothing to watch. And so I'm like, okay, I guess we'll just watch this. And I was like, oh my god, that's so good. And that's how I became a fan of Lackadaisy, bro. I just randomly watched it one day. And that's how I went on to discover the comic and read the entirety of that. And dude, the character I was obsessed with the most is Rocky. And the reason why is because I like the crazy aspect of him. Like you could consider him clinically insane. I like that though. I don't know why I find it so. What's the best word? Not attractive. I don't want to say attractive, but that's the characteristic that's a characteristic I really like. Is fictional characters that are just like insane. I don't know why I like that trait so much. I just find it really cool. I don't know why. Don't ask me, dude. I just like characters that are a bit crazy in the head. I don't know why. And last Thursday, for the first time in like over a year, I logged onto my Tumblr account. And back when Lackadaisy released, I made a Tumblr account for the sole purpose of, well, okay, the best word I have here is collecting Rocky Rickaby fan art. Like, I just downloaded it off of Tumblr and stored it on my Discord server in a private chat. Now, I'm not stealing it. I'm not downloading them to use to like post on some other social media platform. I'm not trying to steal any artist's work. I just wanted to collect it for myself. I'm not posting it under my name. I'm just keeping it to myself, okay? I want to emphasize that. And I eventually stopped at some point last year, 2024. I think around this same time, actually, August, around the start of last year, junior year, I think. And I stopped around that time, but for the first time in a year, I got on Tumblr, and I started doing the same thing for Agnes Tachyon fan art, cause I don't know, bro. I did talk about Agnes Tachyon in the last one, I remember. Jeez, bro. I don't know. I just like the crazy aspect of her. I find so cool. I mean, the best word you can use here is attractive. You know, I just find it attractive, which it's like, yeah, that's the best word I can come up with here. Another news. In PE, on Thursday, when we walked the track before we started doing other stuff, I ran 2 miles. The first mile, I ran without stopping, and then I progressively walked and ran another mile. So I was like 2 miles. Pretty good. And then Friday, I feel like I did really good on the pre-calc test. There was just one problem that I know for a fact I messed up, and it was such a stupid mistake. But I've now come to terms with, like, you know, I just made a mistake. It's all right. You know, it's fine. It's like one mistake. It's whatever. And then Club Rush was on Friday. We had a lot of signups for robotics. It was really cool. It was great. We got like over 12 signups. It was awesome. And then during the meeting, though, I asked Erick if I could just do some homework, which I did manage to complete a decent chunk of it. Erick has my 2.2 notes, though, for stats, because I accidentally left it there. Awesome. Great, man. That's so great. Yeah, I didn't watch any anime on Friday. I just listened to music at work. It was just kind of one of those moments where it's like, yeah, I just want to listen to music. And then Saturday, I did a morning run on Saturday. I decided to be more laid back this weekend. I didn't do any schoolwork, and I was fine with not doing much on either day. I finished season 1 of Umamusume I finished episode 13 of season 1 of Umamusume on Saturday. And I also watched episode 10 of Call the Night and episode 10 of The Fragrant Flower Blooms of Dignity. Episode 10 of Call the Night was insane. I'm not gonna go into details, but the story is getting real good, dude. It's so good right now. And the episode 10 of The Fragrant Flower Blooms of Dignity, it was a little slower, but that's fine, you know. I don't mind that, you know. It still had a good moment in there, you know. And then work went well again, but except for the fact that one of the performers who was on stage at the show did a trick that basically he managed to have a kid in the audience cry because of a trick he did, which he shouldn't have done because he knew that there was a kid in the audience. But yeah, he couldn't really change that in the before the show started. But you know, it's fine. You know, he just won't do it again. And then Sunday, I decided to be laid back again. I didn't do much yesterday. I did help my mom burn weeds though, and my mom told me a little bit about her family again. Like, I'm not gonna go into detail because, like, obviously it's like her that's like personal stuff for my mom. But oh my gosh, dude, my mom's side of the family like kind of sucks. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've met some of these people. They are not good people. Like, I don't know, my mom just had a real unfortunate family, which is really sad, cause she gets really upset about it sometimes, which is really unfortunate. But it's fine. I started season 2 of Umamusume yesterday. It started off pretty decently, you know. I'm pretty excited for season 2. I'm excited. They did switch the focus of the main character, which is fine, you know. And then I also had a pretty long call with Erick yesterday. And yesterday, okay, that's it. One more thing before I go, because I gotta head back and just do some. Well, when I head back, I'm most likely just gonna be playing some Marvel Snap and just relaxing. But you know, it's fine to want to relax before school. You know, it's fine. I did order 2 things yesterday for a total of like $51 or something. a new mouse, because my mouse is like garbage right now. It's terrible. It's pretty unusable. And I ordered an Agnes Takan plushie. Probably not that surprising, because I'm kind of obsessed with Agnes Takan right now. But yeah, I ordered that off of eBay. It's gonna arrive in October, I think. Either September or October. Yeah. Dude, I don't know what's wrong with me, dude. I need to wake up, dude. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm gonna splash some cold water on my face when I get back, dude. Holy cow. Yeah, I mean, that's really all for now. I do have another quiz this week in government on Wednesday. It is open. It is guided note, though, which means I can use my guided notes on the test, which will probably make it easy. Hold on, let me stand up. Oh, my leg's asleep, damn. Oh, on Saturday, when the show was over and me and my dad eventually got in the car went home from the theater, I got the worst foot cramp ever. Like, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, and I was in so much pain. I was still feeling the effects of it the next day in the evening. I was feeling it like nearly 24 hours later. I'm fine now, but it was such a bad foot cramp. It was so bad. But yeah, that's all I got for now. This was pretty lengthy. 22 minutes is pretty lengthy. Yeah. But yeah, that's all for now. I'm gonna head back now, and I'm gonna see y'all next week. See you later.